Why do some people seem to win at life while others, they just, I don't know, stay stuck? Stick around. Welcome to another episode of the Cosmic Ballet. I'm your host, Fish, and today we're diving into something that's deceptively simple, but profoundly life-changing. 2 words, that's it. Then what? Sounds small, right? But these 2 words have the power to reshape how you think, how you act, and how you create the life that you want. Because here's the truth. Every action has a consequence. But most people, they only think about right now. They don't stop to ask, then what? Let's say you decide to skip a workout. Then what? You decide to spend all your money on something fun. Then what? You decide to stay in a job that you absolutely hate, you despise it. Then what? Every choice leads somewhere. The problem is, most people don't stop to think about where. But when you do, when you start asking then what before every decision, you stop reacting and you start choosing. And that's where your power is. Today we'll explore, why do some people seem to win at life while others, they just stay stuck? How do the most successful people use then what to create massive results? And how can you use this, starting today, to create a life that actually moves forward instead of going in circles? By the end of this video, you'll have a whole new way of seeing your choices. Let's get it. So let's start with a simple question. Why do most people stay stuck? Because they only think about the here and now, the right now. They chase comfort. They avoid pain. They react instead of planning ahead. And you know what's crazy? They don't even realize that they're doing it. Think about how often we make decisions purely based on impulse. We crave instant gratification. It's wired into us. We see a new gadget, a trendy outfit, or the latest phone and think, I deserve that. And hey, maybe you do, but then what? The brief moment of excitement, it fades so fast. What are you left with? A drained bank account, no real progress, and most of the time regret. Let's say you just got an extra $1,000. What's your first thought? Maybe it's, I should buy something. You're hyped. You get that instant dopamine hit. You feel good until the feeling fades. But then what? A week later, the money's gone. Nothing's changed. Maybe now you're stressed out a little bit because a bill came up and you don't have enough left over. Now imagine asking, then what, right before you spent that money? Then what if I invested it? That $1,000 could have turned into $3,000 over time. Then what if I use it to build, let's say, a skill set? Maybe that skill helps you earn 10 times that amount. Then what if I saved it for an opportunity? That extra cash might give you the freedom to say yes to something that changes your life. The difference between staying stuck and moving forward is this. Are you thinking beyond the moment? This doesn't mean you can't enjoy life. It means you start playing chess instead of checkers. Checkers is just about the next move. Chess is about the whole damn board, anticipating what's coming and adjusting accordingly. Short-term thinking is what keeps people stuck. Long-term thinking is what builds wealth, health, and freedom. And the only difference is asking, then what, before you act. Think about any area of your life, whether it's money, health, relationships. Every single decision compounds over time. Your finances. Are you spending or investing? And then ask yourself, then what? Your health. Are you fueling your body or indulging in habits that harm you? Then what? Your relationships. Are you cultivating meaningful connections or just coasting? You got it. And then what? Every choice either moves you closer to the life you want or further from it. When you start thinking this way, you stop reacting and start strategizing. And that's where the real transformation begins. Now let's take this deeper. The most successful people in the world, they don't just make moves, they think about what happens next. Every action they take is calculated, it's measured, and rooted in an understanding of long-term outcomes. They don't play checkers, they play chess, thinking about several moves ahead and anticipating obstacles and capitalizing on opportunities that others may miss. Take Warren Buffett. Buffett didn't just wake up one day as a billionaire. He didn't suddenly stumble upon success. His journey was a masterclass in then what thinking. At 11 years old, he bought his first stock. Most kids were spending their allowance on candy and toys, but Buffett, he was thinking about how money could work for him. At 14, he invested in a farm, not because he wanted to be a farmer, but because he understood an essential truth. Assets generate wealth over time. He wasn't thinking, what can I get today? He was thinking, if I invest this money now, then what? Most people think about money like this. I have money, I spend money. Buffett thought, I have money, I invest it. It grows. It gives me even more freedom later. The difference is profound. The average person looks at money as a tool for immediate gratification. The highly successful look at money as a seed. When planted wisely, it grows into something far more valuable. And this thinking doesn't just apply to money. Serena Williams, she didn't just train for one match, she built a foundation of a lifetime of dominance. When she was practicing as a child, she wasn't just hitting balls and thinking, okay, I've done enough for the day. She was asking herself, if I put in the extra hour today, then what? The extra hour, repeated daily, compounded over years, made her one of the greatest athletes of all time. Most people train just enough to get by. Serena trained enough to be untouchable. Denzel Washington. He didn't just settle for being a good actor. He became one of the most respected figures in Hollywood by constantly pushing the boundaries of his craft. Early in his career, he could have chosen easy roles for quick fame, but instead he asked himself, then what? Then what happens if I take on challenging roles that push me to grow? Then what happens if I study my craft obsessively and refine my skills? Then what happens if I use my platform to inspire and uplift others? Instead of chasing temporary success, he invested in mastery. He trained extensively, took risks, and became known for his unmatched work ethic and commitment to excellence. That's why he's won multiple Academy Awards, not just for playing great characters, but for embodying them with an intensity and depth few can match. Beyond acting, he applies then what to life itself. In his speeches, he talks about discipline, faith, and perseverance, principles that guide his decisions far beyond the film industry. The best in the world think ahead. They don't make decisions in isolation. They anticipate. They strategize. They don't just see where they are right now. They see where they're going. And that's why they win. Now let's apply this thinking to your own life. What decisions are you making today? Where do they lead? If you keep making the same choices you are now, you guessed it, then what? Now that we've explored why this mindset works, let's get into the practical ways you can apply it in your daily life. This isn't just a thought exercise, it's a shift that can change the way you approach everything you do. Let's break it down into 3 crucial areas: health, relationships, and career. Imagine you're exhausted after a long day at work. You got 2 choices: hit the gym or crash on the couch and scroll through social media. Your brain says, just skip the day, it's not a big deal. But stop. Ask yourself, then what? If I skip today, then what? 1 day turns into 2. 2 turns into a week. A week turns into a habit of skipping. Soon your fitness goals, you might as well just throw them out the window. But if I push through and go, then what? You might be tired, but you'll feel better afterwards. You'll build consistency. You'll gain momentum. You'll move closer to your health goals. This is how progress is built. Not in massive leaps and bounds, but in the small daily decisions where you choose growth over stagnation. Food choices work the same way. That burger and fries, it looks tempting now, but then what? How will it make you feel in about an hour? How will it impact your body over time? Small indulgences add up. So do healthy choices. Regarding relationships, we've all been in situations where emotions run high. Maybe your partner says something that frustrates you, or a friend cancels plans at the last minute. Your gut reaction? I'm gonna fire off something passive-aggressive, text message-wise, ignore their call, withdraw, whatever the case may be. But pause and ask yourself, then what? If I react emotionally, then what? The situation escalates. A minor issue turns into an argument, the connection weakens. Or if I take a deep breath and respond with understanding, then what? The situation de-escalates. You maintain trust, the relationship grows stronger. People often make impulsive choices in relationships because they prioritize their emotions in the moment over the long-term impact of their actions. Asking then what forces you to consider whether your response is bringing you closer to or pushing you away from the people who matter. So your career, it's a long game, but so many people play it as if it's just about the here and now, today. Let's say you're in a job you don't love, but it's comfortable. You're offered a new position that challenges you, but it's risky and you're hesitant. Then what? If I stay where I am, then what? 5 years from now, I'll be in the same place, still unfulfilled, still wondering what could have been. If I take the new opportunity, then what? I might struggle at first, but I'll learn, I'll grow, I'll expand my skills, my opportunities, all that good stuff. The same logic applies to side projects, investments, taking chances. Then what helps you see beyond today's comfort and into tomorrow's possibilities? When you integrate this into everything you do, you stop making choices that just feel good for now and start making decisions that set you up for lasting success. Before hitting snooze, ask, then what? Before spending money impulsively, ask, then what? And before quitting on a goal, ask, then what? Life is built moment by moment, decision by decision, thought by thought. This is the power of then what. So next time you're about to act, pause. Ask yourself, then what? In conclusion, you ultimately get to decide. Every moment, every decision, every action. These are the building blocks of your future. The difference between staying where you are and moving forward, it isn't about luck. It isn't about external circumstances. It's how you think. You can be the person who reacts, who makes choices based on impulse, short-term comfort, or fear. Or you can be the person who strategizes, the person who thinks ahead, who understands that every move sets something in motion, the person who chooses growth, who steps into uncertainty, not with hesitation, but with purpose. Let's be real. Most people drift through life letting things happen to them. They react to situations instead of shaping them. They wait for opportunities instead of creating their own. They wonder why nothing changes, but they never stop to ask, then what? But that's not going to be you. From this moment forward, you have the power to shift, to stop sleepwalking through your choices, to stop defaulting to old habits that keep you stuck. Because the second you start asking then what before you act, everything changes. Instead of making choices out of habits, you make them with intention. Instead of acting out of fear, you act with clarity. Instead of staying in the same cycles, you break free. Imagine where you could be 1 year from now if you started using then what in every area of your life. If you started prioritizing your health, then what? A stronger, more energized you. If you started investing in your skills, then what? Greater opportunities, greater income, greater impact. If you started making decisions based on where you want to go and not where you are, then what? A completely different life. And you know what? It all starts now. Next time you're about to make a decision, big or small, pause. Take a breath and ask yourself, then what? That's how you take control. That's how you build the life you actually want. So here's my challenge to you. Today before the sun sets, find one decision, just one, and instead of reacting, apply then what? Drop a comment below and tell me what decision you're making differently from this moment forward. Let's hold each other accountable. If you found this information helpful, like and subscribe. Share this with someone who might need to hear it. That's all I got for you today. This is Fish with the Cosmic Ballet. Until next time, stay grounded, stay humble, but most importantly, stay you.